Hi, this is Mr. Crane, and we're going to go over some electromagnet lessons that you will need a little bit of tutorials before you can probably accomplish this lesson, especially if you're virtual. Um, you won't need anything for this particular lesson, so I will just be conducting the lab that I would in class right here in front of you today. So real quick, before we start anything, I want to show you where we're going to go to find the first bit of information, and that's the tutorial on how to build an electromagnet. So back on November 11th, on 3.5 Electromagnet Lesson 1, if you clicked on that lesson to find the assignment, I had one video right here, and we're going to suffer through this video together. It's a little bit of a British accent, and the guy's kind of goofy, but we'll watch it together. So everybody, listen ready.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Hoopla Kids Lab, making science super fun and super easy. Today, I'm going to show you how to make your own electromagnet. It is an awesome experiment, one of the first ones that I learned. You're going to need some copper wire, a magnet, some metal rollers, an iron nail, and a size D battery. First step is to take your copper wire and very carefully wrap it around the nail in a spiral. You might need an arrow to help.
Now I'm stopping this real quick because if you look at the nail is kind of light in color. You have to have an iron or a steel nail just because its domains line up more frequently, so they're usually in a line, and that therefore they can promote current flow, electricity flowing through them. They're a better conductor, and therefore they can become magnetic a little better. If you use other nails like galvanized nails that have a coating or they're created to resist rusting, those are like roofing nails. Those galvanized nails, their domains are not aligned, and they cannot become magnetic. So pretty important. And the wines that he's going to show you here in a second are very important. The number of wines, and the tighter the wines, the stronger the magnetic field. So let's continue watching.
Should end up looking a little bit like a screw. Make sure that it's tightly wound around the iron nail. This is a very important part of the process. And make sure that you leave 2 lengths of wire on either end. Then curl it around to make sure that you get a better contact with the battery. Then very carefully line up the 2 ends of the copper wire with the battery, one on the positive end and one on the negative end. The battery will get very warm during this experiment, so make sure that you have an adult present, and maybe something like a tea towel to cover your hand.
A tea towel. Make sure you have a tea towel.
Battery on the side to hold the wire in place. Then hold the iron up against the middle of it. You see that all of a sudden, the iron nail has become a magnet. Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen?
Ever.
This is because the electricity flowing through the copper wire has passed into the iron nail, making it magnetic. If you remove the copper wire from the battery, you see that the nail is still slightly magnetic, but nothing near as much in the battery. You see that the nail is still, if you remove it, making it magnetic.
All right, so I'm going to back up just a little bit so that we can look at this image right here. All right, so we're going to pick red just because I think it'll show up pretty good. The rules of magnetism, the rules of drawing field lines all apply just as electromagnets as they do with regular magnets. So this little piece right here that is the little nub that sticks out of a battery, that's the positive end, and the flat end is the negative end. And we know that current flow is from what to what? From the positive to the negative, or from the negative to the positive? From the north to the south. So the current flow is going to be this direction from the positive. It's going to go around this particular iron or steel nail this way, and then it's going to continue back in this direction here. And so the field lines themselves are going to, this would be our north end, and this would be our south end. And so these field lines would be going like this. Remember, our arrows go from our north to our south. So in the simulator that I had you look on PFET, you could have played with these fields and used the compass to see how the orientation of the magnetic field is affected by the direction of this polarity, this north to south direction. Something you'll learn in the BrainPop video for this week is the differences between an electromagnet and a regular magnet, a permanent magnet, is this electromagnet, if I disconnect it like it is here, I turn the current off and it's no longer magnetic. But then I can reattach it and it becomes a flowing magnet again. The fields are turned on again. Second thing is if I turn this battery around, and instead of having the plus here, I have the minus here and the plus over here, then the flow goes the opposite direction. So kind of cool. Remember, from the plus to the minus. So if I turn this around, it will go the opposite direction. So that's kind of neat. It's important whenever you're talking about motors, because a motor will turn a specific direction, and whenever the armature in a motor is in line, current's flowing. Then whenever it's not in line, the current's not flowing. So, but as it's going one direction, the electricity is going that way. But when it comes over here, it's going back the other way. And that's when we get into electricity, you'll learn about alternating current, like a house electricity. The current goes that way and that way. It alternates back and forth. So that's our home electricity. Batteries, like this is a battery, it is one direction, and that's called direct current. So it's going from the north to the south. All right, let's continue watching what's going on. Maybe I have to see if there's an eraser. I wonder if I can do that. Nope. I have to erase this whole thing. It's going to take me forever. I apologize. That is taking forever to erase. Why isn't there like an undo button? There should be like an undo button. You have to listen to my cool sound effects. Gotta make stuff fun. Oops, let's play. Okay, so we'll go back to the pointer.
If you remove the copper wire from the battery, you see that the nail is still slightly magnetic, but nothing near as much as it was a moment ago. This is because the electricity is no longer flowing through the metal. Why don't you see if you can still connect to other objects? And there you go. That's how you can make your very own electromagnet at home.
Okay, so I pulled up worksheet 2, and one of the things it says is describe your observations of a compass near an electric circuit before and after there's current flowing on it. Now, I shot a video last week supporting this, but if you typed in PFET, and did the electromagnetic simulator, It's going to take a second. So I'm going to go over here and type in electromagnets. Magnets electromagnetic simulator. It's going to pull this up, and I get this wonderful thing right here. Yep. All right, so again, you don't need compasses or you don't need magnets for those that are at home doing this virtually. All you have to do is come to the PFET simulator, click on this, and it's going to give you two options. It's going to give you a magnet option and an electromagnet option. But your first question while this thing is loading, your first question says, describe the observations of your compass near the electric circuit before and after there is current in it. So, things should load in a couple seconds. Maybe a couple more seconds. Sorry. It says graphic system is initializing. And there's look there, it's a do-it-yourself magnetic levitation train zipping back and forth. You'll see that this week too. All right, so we get here, and this is our magnet lesson. If I go to electromagnets and click on that one, I have this thing here, and I have current flowing. Right now, it's looks like it's going. I use my right hand rule, and the current's going this way. Is it going that way? I use my right hand rule. Looks like it's going, yeah, current's going that way. Current's going that way. And so my curve is into the computer. All right, so if I move my compass around, what do I notice about my needle? That I notice that this is my north side, and my south part of my compass is pointing toward that north needle, and opposites attract, so that makes sense, correct? I go to the north side. My north side faces my south side, and the question said, what happens if we turn this off? Well, when we turn this off, I can move the compass, and you see that the needle is not affected whatsoever because current flow is turned off. All right. Next question says, what happens to the compass needle placed around the coil of the wire when the switch is thrown? Draw what you see, so you can take a snapshot. And it's real simple. If you're over here, if you're on this page and you need to take a snapshot, whenever this is thrown, current's going, my compass needle is moving. So you can hit, for you guys have that little symbol. It's I think you hit Control Shift and the little screenshot button that's up in the top, it's a little square. For Windows computers, it's the Windows symbol, Shift and S, and it will allow you to take a picture of this little shot right here. All right. Then it says, does the coil of the wire attract paper clips like a magnet does? So let's go back, and we're going to go back to here. Is it picking up magnet, or is it picking up paper clips? Well, sure looks like it did. So, and tomorrow I'll shoot a video of us actually doing this in class, and you can see it firsthand of the ones that we use, and be able to troubleshoot why certain ones will and certain won't. All right. Does the coil of wire attract paper clips? Is what we just said. What happens when the coil is placed on a magnet and then the electricity is turned on? When the coil is placed on a magnet